sad you didn't get
New rule, someone
finally,
has
since
to...
it's
It's our last show before the holidays. New rule, someone needs to explain to the Republicans that Ebenezer Scrooge is supposed to be the bad guy. And before conservatives start whining about another war on Christmas, they must admit they hate everything about Christmas. Because brotherhood, goodwill toward men, and especially charity make their skin crawl. Now, this week, Michelle Bachmann proposed cutting huge holes in the federal safety net, demonstrating a total misunderstanding of the concept of a net. Here's what she said.
Self-reliance means if anyone will not work, neither should he eat.
Merry Christmas to you too, crazy lady. Yeah, that's the first thing I think whenever self-reliance comes up. Punishment by starvation. Honestly, who can hear that statement and not think of Scrooge, who in A Christmas Carol suggests that if the poor don't want to go to the workhouse, they should get on with dying as a service to population control. Now, if Herman Cain said that at a Republican debate, he would get a standing ovation. And say what you want about Ebenezer Scrooge, he never shoved Bob Cratchit's head into his groin and said, "Look, you want Christmas off or not?" Newt Gingrich refers to Obama as the food stamp president because Obama doesn't want children to starve to death, fucking commie. Mitt Romney says we should let all the people about to lose their homes lose them, and they can just become renters. Ownership society? Meet no pets, no waterbeds. Mitt said the same thing a few years ago when the automobile industry was tottering. Let it die. I find it ironic that Republicans have such disdain for the lazy, and yet their solution to every problem is do nothing. Their answer to wealth inequality, do nothing. Healthcare, do nothing. Climate change, nothing. Racism doesn't exist. For a group of people so head over heels in love with self-reliance, they sure do recommend a lot of sitting on their ass. If A Christmas Carol was performed by the Tea Party Dramatic Society, it would be a cautionary tale about how the hero, Scrooge, a blameless job creator, is turned into a socialist through the corrupting influence of Tiny Tim. And the play would end with a simple, plaintive question from Mr. Scrooge. Just how much of my wealth does Mr. Tim think he's entitled to? Oh. And that is the great Republican fallacy of this election, that our economic problems are due not to Wall Street's gambling, but because too many Americans are lazy. But there are 16 million unemployed, and we only created 80,000 jobs last month. The problem isn't laziness, it's math. But this is where the Republican Party is now, in favor of people dying because they don't have health insurance, in favor of letting people go unfed if they won't work, and if they want to work, but are Mexicans, in favor of putting up a fence that electrocutes them. Even Scrooge is thinking, look, I hate the poor, but I'm not a fucking psychopath. Psychopath is what I meant. But that's where this party is. It simply has no bottom. Except Marcus Bachmann. He's a bottom.